Hello everyone, it's Michelle Patterson here with Angel Souls, and let's just get right into it for the week beginning October 15th, 2018. All right, so we got some deep messages going on here. I can't really summarize it. I think it's just better to just jump right in and read it to you. But before we get into that, if you would like a personal reading with me, just go to my website at angelsouls444.com. The services page, all the instructions are there. Please read them. I have lots of new viewers, and welcome, and thanks for being here. And they don't understand how the readings work. I'm having people put in a request one day, and they're complaining that they don't have it by the very next day. And I even had one person accuse me of scamming them because they didn't have their reading within 24 hours. So let's not do that, okay? Let's just not do that. Just read everything on the website. It's all spelled out for you. Okay. Now, the other thing is that I also have the November 2018 readings over at Gumroad, along with October. If you haven't picked those up yet, head on over there. All the information is down in the description box. And of course, a special thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. If you would like to support me on Patreon, again, I leave all that information down below. Now this week, I'm just going to try one thing. I don't know if we're going to do this every week. I don't even know if you're going to be able to see these cards, but I'm going to add in one extra card from this deck here, the Sacred Self-Care Rituals deck. And this was a collab with Goddess Provisions and Tatiana Venenkina. I'm always so afraid I'm not saying that correctly, but there's the deck. Okay, but before we do all of the cards, we have the AutoWrite. So here we go. They say, the work is only beginning. Yay. For some of you are having your awakening, your breakthrough. If you measure your progress by outward means, then you have missed the point. You are here to experience, so do so. Awaken to what your fellow humans experience. How can you relate? There is sickness abounding. Is that a real word? Sickness abounding. You have the cure. You have the cure for all that you experience and wish it not to be. So we have the power to change our circumstances. We have the power to live a more peaceful existence, but that's going to be us getting out of our own little bubbles and starting to really awaken our empathy and really start seeing how we're more in common than we are different. It's that kind of feeling with this. And I want to say, even now, the feeling is balanced empathy. And what I mean by that is don't just take on everything. I know people think that it makes them look like a good person if they're worried about everybody. And so they're constantly putting it out on social media. Facebook is a big place of that. Oh, I pray for everybody, blah, 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 blah. That's wonderful to pray for people, but we've said this before, but pay attention to where that crosses a line where they're now just doing that to get attention for themselves and trying to feed a need within them. So again, it's all about the balance. We want to understand each other, but let's be level-headed about what we see in our fellow humans and how that reflects something within us. Okay, and they go on. Will you let love in? Will you stop self-sabotaging? That's a big one. How often do we hold ourselves back because we're afraid of how people are going to judge us, or we don't want people throwing like jealous energy our way, and so we end up not taking opportunities because, again, people might judge you or, think you sold out, or maybe your family won't accept you anymore, or, give that some thought this week. How do I hold myself back because of fear of judgment, right? All right. Will you let the God light come through you? therein lies many answers. With all love, Archangel Gabriel, yes, Gabriel was here, of God's true light and angels. So, as always, it's all about awareness, but this is more about the human experience and not judging people. It shocks me that we have all this social warrior stuff going on. And okay, some people take that way too far. And yet, if you're sitting there watching a television show, someone's teenager maybe is on there and they say something very, very derogatory about a group of people. And everyone, no, it just, doesn't land on anybody. All right, everyone just kind of blows past it. It doesn't make sense to me. And I feel like we're having to come into this equilibrium. We're having to really look at our actions and look at how we truly do feel and not just put stuff out there because we think it makes us look good, but, really, really start connecting with one another. Let that be a priority for us this week. Okay, let's get on to the cards. Okay, so let's see what is going on with the cards. What else do we need to know for mid-October 2018? Oh, okay, there went a card. All right, flipped out. I have to go out of frame for a second. Excuse me. Now, this is interesting because it's rhodochrosite acceptance. Now, rhodochrosite is all about the love. It's about a lot of self-love, but this is about loving your fellow human being. This can be about partnering up with somebody in a mutually beneficial kind of way, right? So this isn't like an unbalanced marriage. This isn't, any kind of love partnership that's not balanced. This is you getting whole and complete within yourself. And we're working on that. And we're getting to that place by letting others mirror back to us. Okay? This word acceptance, this is a big one. Sorry about the glare. I don't make the cards, okay? Nor do I make the lights, but there you go. Acceptance is such a big word because that can be the beginning of trauma healing. That can be the beginning of getting out of a bad situation or moving on with your future or, feeling empowered enough to manifest and co-create what it is that you want in your life. Okay, that happened. And now it's time for me to process it, heal from it, and move forward. All right, with love. That's the big part of that card. Oops. Okay, now I'm back. Okay, let's see what else we have here. I feel like people are going to be very, very jumpy this week. These cards are just all over the place. All right, so the next card we have, Red Jasper, healthy boundaries. Remember what I said, balanced empathy. And Red Jasper talks about being grounded, feeling like you belong in your own skin, feeling like you belong on this earth, and having healthy boundaries with yourself. Remember the self-sabotaging, okay? So every time you hear yourself going, oh, I can't do that, or oh, I don't deserve that, or if you see yourself getting in a rut, see, that's another one. That's a big one of mine. I find myself just getting up, working, and then going to sleep. Except last night, my smoke alarm was chirping all night long. Some of you, if you're on Facebook, you know about that story. But anyway, this is talking about setting those boundaries with yourself. And it goes along with that acceptance card because it's saying, all right, so if you don't like your circumstances, that's okay. But don't allow yourself to keep falling down into a dark pit of despair. That's dramatic. But, don't let yourself fall so far that you end up messing up opportunities for yourself or you end up being unhealthy or whatever, whatever the case may be. So being grounded, healthy boundaries. This might be saying no to your boss. You know what I'm saying? No, I won't work 80 hours a week because I deserve a life, right? Okay. Then we have Herkimer Diamond, dreams. So this is us reevaluating our dreams from a healthier standpoint. So this is pretty cool. And when we get into that healthier sort of balanced standpoint, then the dreams can intensify. Our want to make them happen can intensify. And we get on a very, very good path. So you see how this is all kind of adding up. Some of you who have felt stuck, if you go through this process, you'll realize where you have resisted and what blocks need to be released, basically. Okay, so the next card we have is New Might Healer. This is an incredible week of healing, reevaluating. Why can't I talk? Okay, I am stumbling over my words today. I don't know what my problem is, so let me it's Pneumite. Sorry guys, let me start that. It's still Pneumite healer. I just cannot seem to get my words out. So let me try this again. So a very, very healing week for the week of October 15th, 2018. And again, I feel like a lot of people, because you reevaluate, because you're processing, you're healing, you're looking at how you can actually get things moving forward and bring your dreams and your desires into the physical in a way that actually works. So this is letting go of some magical thinking. This is letting go of, oh, if I just wish it, it will be. I mean, that's part of it, but it's not the whole of it, okay? So really, this is you taking a very, very healthy approach to your manifestation. So let's get on to the color card now, and let's see what else we have going on for this week. I think that'll do it right there. What do we have? We have Jade, take action. The number is 32. So we're really just, you got to be in that calm, peaceful state for anything to start coming forward for you, okay? If you're really pushing on something, if you're not really focusing on your heart's desire, if everything's coming from the mental body, it's not going to work, okay? So this is talking about taking action to get back in touch with your heart, let your heart heal. Open your heart to love, open your heart up to your fellow humans, and not in a way that just makes you look good because you're volunteering or whatever, but in a true, authentic way where you really do care about somebody else, okay? So what I mean by that is that will get the energy flow going through your heart, and that's what we all need to activate in ourselves right now so that we can understand each other, so that we're not judging one another and saying inappropriate things that are diminishing or demeaning or judgmental or what have you. All right. So let's pull a card from this deck. Now, I don't know that you're going to be able to see the artwork very well, but we'll try. All right. That should do it right there. These shuffle very, very nicely. And I want to apologize for the camera. I'm like right up in the camera. I have done everything with my settings. I don't know why I'm up like this. I got to figure it out. Anyway, the card we have here is Look to the Stars. How interesting is that? And I'm not going to refer to, if there was a manual with this deck, I'm not going to refer to it because I want all of us to just take that for how it lands in our heart. For some of you, you're going, astrology. Look to the stars, but I think this is talking about look beyond what is. Look beyond what you think is the reality, because there's so much more to be seen. There's so much more to experience, and I really do feel like that includes a whole heck of a lot of love. And maybe that's something that we've all kind of closed ourselves off to, because, I think at times we all have experienced a great amount of pain, and so we might close ourselves down. We might not allow ourselves to fall in love with somebody or to have healthy friendships because you just feel like you can't trust anybody. But this is the week where you start to really look at that and you look beyond what is and watch how things start to shift and change. As always, report down below how your week is going, and we'll just end it there. I'm sending you guys so much love, and take care.